How often do you think about credit?
It went in one ear and then came out the other.
The why, the how, the pitfalls, the benefits. I'm Troy Millings, and together with my partner Rashad Bilal, we have been financial educators under the Earn Your Leisure banner, and in this series, we've partnered with Chase Freedom Rise to talk to the next generation about credit, confidence, and specific steps to building something real. This is Foundation Forward. Episode 4, from credit curious to credit confident.
When you first get a credit card, especially when you're 18, you're like, free money. I've made a couple financial mistakes. I'm Kaylie. I'm 24. I'm from Orange County. I'm pursuing a career in wellness, and I'm currently at my parents' house.
I know being a Pilates instructor or a yoga teacher, like those jobs aren't secure jobs.
I don't know if I'll be financially secure ever, but I am looking to get back on track. Making smart choices.
57% of Gen Z adults report feeling significant financial stress, with credit card debt being one of the top contributors.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Troy.
Kaylie.
Rashad.
Nice to meet you guys.
Pleasure to meet you. Hey, so where you from?
I'm from Orange County.
The OC?
The OC.
So well, you're a recent college graduate.
Yes.
So where are we now? Like, what is your career path? What are you doing? Like,
Great question.
Where are we at?
What am I doing? I would say I'm pursuing a career in Pilates and wellness and kind of almost mental health, because I feel like when you work out, it is also about mental health and like where you are and setting like your body right and your mind right. I definitely had a lot of like financial anxiety growing up, and I think especially in this kind of generation that I'm growing up in, there is so many expenses. So I tried to find a job that would fit a career that's more of like my own pace, because I don't want to be trapped in a job that's like at a desk writing things down, because I know I'm high energy and I like to be outside. And so I just grew love and appreciation for the beach, working out, wellness, mental health, things like that.
Well, as your journey to an adult, because now you're an adult, right? Mm-hmm. How has that transitioned as far as finances are concerned?
I think it's definitely jarring because, you know, growing up, your parents don't really tell you about like money or things like that until they start reminding you like, hey, you're gonna have to start paying this now. Insurance, paying that, paying car, it's just a lot, and they all start to add up so fast, and it's kind of like scrambling to find a job to be able to afford existing. So, yeah.
Afford existing is a great term.
48% of Gen Z don't know what factors impact their credit score.
The core element of finances is credit, right? And that's something that a lot of people don't understand or make mistakes about when they're young.
Yeah.
How's your relationship been with credit?
Sometimes credit doesn't make sense to me, if I'm honest. Like, I don't understand, why can't I just pay it all now and then be done with it? And then it's like, oh, actually, your credit score is gonna go down because you just paid it all in full. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense because I just paid it right now.
It's really a trust system.
Yeah.
Can we trust you? When you realize that, hey, if I pay it all off, my credit score doesn't go up, you're saying to yourself, well, why? Like, well, part of it is that credit length plus the payment history.
There are several factors that impact your credit score, including your payment history and mix of credit accounts. Paying down debt is always good, but paying off some kinds of credit like installment loans can cause a temporary dip in your score because the account closes when paid off, which removes the payment history and changes your mix of credit. This is what happened to Kaylie. She can build it back up by continuing to use her credit card responsibly and making on-time payments.
If you're showing that you can pay and create a payment history, that means that you're trustworthy, right? The more trustworthy you are, the more things you'll be able to get, whether it's a car, or apartment, sometimes, like you said, a job.
You want to use credit, especially credit cards, for things that you're going to use anyway, right? Things that are minimal, relatively minimal expenses, but you're going to do it on your day-to-day anyway, so it's better to use a credit card than to pay with cash.
So I should be paying for gas with my credit card,
Well,
not my debit card?
Right, exactly, because there's no benefit. There's no benefit of paying something with your debit card. And what you should not use your credit card for are things that you really cannot afford. So a lot of times people, they might not be able to afford a trip to Miami, but they have the money on their credit card, so they use their credit card. They might not be able to afford a pair of shoes or a bag. They have the money on their credit card, so they use it on their credit card. When you run up too much money on your credit card with things that you can't afford, you're not gonna be able to pay it off. that leads to trouble because then you start to pay minimum amounts.
Yeah.
That's going to lead to a lower credit score because you'll have a lot on your credit cards, but it'll also lead to you paying a lot more down the line for something that cost a small amount of money at the beginning.
Oh, okay. So I've been doing it the wrong way.
Don't worry. Everything that he just said, I feel like I literally did. I
Yeah.
took the trip to Miami. I bought some sneakers and stuff that I
So that was you?
Yeah.
The whole story was you?
It was. Thank you for sharing.
Kaylie is at the beginning of her credit journey, looking to dig herself out of a hole made by credit mistakes. And with her in mind, we headed north to meet with Courtney Mays, stylist to the stars of sport and screen, the very best of Midwest kindness, who overcame a similar credit situation.
I'm a Midwest girl at heart. Like, I will always give you that energy.
Your reputation is something that has become legend. So
Wow.
congratulations on your success.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah, tell us, like, we see the success now, but nobody really ever talks about where it started. So
Man.
walk us through that journey from Cleveland to Hollywood.
So from Cleveland, Ohio, went to the University of Michigan, fell in love with art history and moved to New York. I wasn't meant to go into an office, have that 9-to-5 experience. I loved that I was able to be creative and that I kept learning something new every day. I was fueled by the challenge. And it was embarrassing, like interning in New York is a nightmare. There was some struggles there, but for whatever reason, I was like, I'm gonna get through this.
So how did you cultivate your own aesthetic when it comes to fashion?
Like my personal style.
Yeah.
I mean, fashion has been a little bit tricky for me. I'm a plus size girl. Me going shopping for myself has been a struggle my entire life. And maybe that's part of why I do what I do, because I was able to use other people as canvases. Watching my parents, my dad, he always has on a good cufflink and a good pinky ring and a pocket square and a good watch. And I was so inspired by watching him get dressed. Those were the things that were in my mind. And I was like, oh, I can use menswear as a way to present myself to the world.
So what role did credit play in this journey?
Huge for me. I mean, I screwed up my credit because of my lack of understanding. When I went to Michigan, there was a bank outside of the student union signing us up for credit cards. And I feel like they gave me like 30 or 40 grand. And I was like, oh, I'm Bill Gates in here. Like, I was ready.
You balling.
And spent it in 5 seconds and completely destroyed any type of credit that I would have, in a perfect world, built up perfectly. And so when it was time for me to go into the professional space, I need that sort of credit in order to be able to build the relationships with these retail stores. But in order to pull from the stores, you have to put a card down. That was terrifying when I was like, hold on. Because I have an amazing mother, she let me be an authorized user on one of her cards. That was kind of my beginning to having to understand how credit works. That kind of made me, because she was attached to the credit card, be really smart about how I took care of it. And because I was able to take care of that, then I was able to kind of extend my credit in other places. But I think because I wasn't open about having access to this money until it was too late, not having the conversation, that was my biggest mistake. I wish when I was younger, I wasn't afraid to ask the stupid questions, or what we call stupid questions, because you don't know what you don't know.
With help from her family, her passion, and her convictions, Courtney overcame her financial setbacks. She is now financially secure and thriving as a stylist to the stars. But we agree with her. Life would have been much easier had she engaged with a financial mentor.
With that said, here is Kaylie's EYL and Chase Freedom Rise Foundation Forward Checklist. Step 1, find a credit mentor. A banker at your local bank is a great resource. Step 2, make small purchases with a starter card. The Chase Freedom Rise card is our recommended starter card for most new credit users. And step 3, pay on time, always.
I think I learned a lot. Having two people take the time, write everything out, going through the percentages and getting to know you was so helpful. Definitely a couple surprises on what I was doing wrong, but now I've learned and I think I'll be better set moving forward.
She speaks for millions of young people that's trying to figure it out, that have a college degree but don't necessarily have a career, that have education but may not be educated on finance.
People learn things at different stages, right? I always say that, knowledge comes when the student's ready. That's why it's key to be around people who had experience or find mentors in the space where you lack knowledge in.
And there's opportunities for everybody. Some have more obstacles than others, but the blueprint that's provided, that's a model that can be followed by anybody. So definitely think that there's opportunities for everybody, but everybody's journey is different.